Hey everybody, welcome to Hot Book Alert Live. All right, hold on. I'm not hearing myself in my headphones. Hold on. Let me see if I can get testing. All right, hey now everybody. Welcome to Hot Book Alert Live, where we bring you the latest and the greatest in comic books and comic book sales. I'm your main man Mercenot, coming at you. I'm sleepy. I didn't get my okay, so I've been up since 3 in the morning. I went to a show and I didn't get my old man nap in. I've been putting the show together ever since I got home, and I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I might just like
I'm with you, man.
keel
I'm
over.
I'm running on fumes, but we're gonna do our best.
We're gonna have to hit the ground running and keep it there to keep that energy high, and then just maybe I'll just maybe my heart will explode at some point during this show. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be entertaining at least. All right. And joining me is Mr. Longshort. How are you?
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here. Happy to be here.
And Heroes Reborn Comics. What's up?
What's up, guys? How are you?
All right. So how was everybody's weekend?
It was good. Good. I was busy, and there were 3 shows near me that I could have gone to today, and I just picked the one and rolled the dice, and I'm pretty happy with the show that I picked because I came home with some really good books. If anybody cares, I can show some of them.
Yes.
So I would say the big score was this one, Invincible #1. I got this for one hell of a deal. I'm not gonna say, but Carter and John, they know. We talked about it before we went live. So really happy to have found this for what this book goes for, one hell of a steal. So I've never owned this book, believe it or not. So really happy to have found this one today. Was not expecting to come home with this. But found all sorts of cool stuff today. I found from the same seller, I found Bay City Jive #1. This is a book, a long story short book, a Flipside book, a Hot Book Alert look. We talk about this book a lot, but for a buck, you can't be upset about that. Some other decent scores. Awesome Lois Lane #122 for $4. I mean, how can you go wrong with
Little
that?
bondage cover there.
Triple bondage, man. You've got Lois, Rose, and then
Black
she's
is
really,
that Black Lois?
I don't know if that. I think that was just that just lasted for one issue, and then Psychoanalysis #1. Ray, if you're watching, buddy, thanks for the hookup on this. I know Ray watches our show, but an old EC book. Just like this guy had $2 bins and just things like this, like Predator #1, the first print.
No kidding.
For $2. Little Dave Stevens for $2. So yeah, not a bad day. So I think I picked the right show to go to. But yeah, that was really the extent of it. The other book that I talked about on Friday, posted this one. This is a really obscure book. I mean, nobody really gives a shit about it, but it goes for a little bit. This was like a promotional comic book with DC and KFC. So this thing can go for a little bit. Found this on Friday. So yeah, overall, man, decent weekend. Back at it. Got to go to San Diego this week, so.
Hell yeah. So what are you going to be okay, is your itinerary as far as comic book hunting, is that mapped out already or no?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton, but there's 2 stores I've got to hit. And one of the stores I'm going to hit, Carter. I'm hoping to find something for you there. So we'll see. We'll see if they've got it. I've been to the store before, but we'll just leave it at that for now.
Hey, whatever you got for me, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay, so John, How was your weekend?
Good. I'm still breaking my back trying to get all my New York City Comic Con stuff. Load in is Tuesday and Thursday to Sunday, and all the guys from Beyond Wednesday will be there. Well, not all, but most of them. So I'm stoked about that, to hang out with Brian and Leg and Clutch, Nate. That's going to be really fun. There'll be some surprises there. There'll be some exclusive drops in my booth. If anybody's into Cold Slither, there'll be it's the one and only Cold Slither exclusive, and it's dropping in my booth from Dynamite.
Nice.
So not Dynamite, yeah, Dynamite, but it's Dynamic Forces exclusive. So it'll come with a cert and the whole 9 yards, like the old school with the little hologram sticker on it. Yeah, so that'll be it. And well, that's it. I'm still doing what I do. I'm still picking up books, even to the last second. These are books you'll recognize. These, we just finished talking about this not long ago on the show. And little Jim Lee action. Jim Lee's going to be at the show, so I was looking for something oddball for him to sign, and Mr. Longshort showed a couple of, I think, one of his covers from this series, which had me looking, and then I found this one, which I thought was really cool.
It's a beautiful
but
book, man. Beautiful book.
so many books. I'm not going to show all of these. I'll just show a quick handful. I picked up today a 23 slab collection of Haunt of Fear from 1950. They're all slab. They're all blue labels. So I'm just going to show you a few of them. But as you can see, just a sick collection. And it's a box full of slab. It's a slab short box. And
good time of year, man, to be moving those, man. You go to New York with those, like Halloween time. Those things are gonna fly. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I have 3 short walls that boxes in my group, my wall. Actually, 1 large wall in the back and then 2 short walls on the side. So 1 entire short wall is gonna just be all of those slabs.
Yeah.
And then that's something that's gonna be. And then I also picked up, real quick, I'll show just a couple. I'm not gonna go through all of it, but for guys who are into like Golden Age and Silver Age stuff, I got some nice early Flash, Captain Marvel Jr.
Nice.
What else is here? Texas Kid. I don't know what this is, but it was part of the lot. A nice shark cover with Hawkman. I don't know what he's doing in the water with his wings, but
he's in deep
and then,
shit, man.
A real beat to shit Beware book, but it's such a classic, great cover. And again, some crime doesn't pay, but just stacks of really nice Golden Age horror. And I got some hero stuff. The reason why it's a green label, it's missing 7th page. It's only advertisement. So for guys who are into like high grade Golden Age Batman and Superman, I'm gonna have a lot of it. I'm gonna have what is that? Archie number 50, which is that classic cover. It's gonna be a blue label CGC 7.0. So there's gonna be some really interesting stuff, and I'm looking forward to sharing some video and pictures with you guys. So
right on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, one more thing. I'm sorry,
Sure.
Mercenaut. One more thing. Anybody who's a follower, subscriber to Mercenaut Show or Ben with Long Story Short, if you come to my booth and show me you are a subscriber to Long Story Short or Hot Book Alert, I will automatically give you a 10% discount on anything you buy.
All right, man.
So, but you
Look at
have
that, man.
right, you have to show me on your phone you're a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, then you'll get a cool handshake and we can talk books all you want.
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I got to get to New York and take advantage of that.
Beautiful.
All right.
Okay, so what did I do this weekend? I went to a convention, and what the hell? It was pretty decent. It was a small show. Found some. You know what? I found enough books to do a haul video sometime this week.
Nice.
So there isn't going to be Long Story Short this Thursday, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, I can't squeeze it in. So I'll be back for Sunday. I get back on Friday, but
Okay.
yeah, and I don't think I mean, in theory, I could do it there, but
Nah.
Let's just say that no long story short this week.
Okay, so probably that Thursday, we'll have a haul video.
Nice.
But we found some good stuff. I will say that. And with that, because I meant to bring some of it up from downstairs, but I kind of just I got lazy. I'm sorry, guys. And I wanted to do like a small preview, but we'll have a we will have a haul video sometime this week. So look out for that. But let's get into some sales. We're going to hit the ground running, everybody. All right. So we're starting off with, wow, look at this. So we got a coverless but complete Amazing Fantasy 15 CGC, no grade, for $6,250. And a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. It looks like the first print. 9.4 for $19,789. Does that sound right?
That is,
Yeah, and I know that
correct
book is
for if it's a first print.
Yeah.
I mean, that's arguably the most important indie comic of all time.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You can make cases for a few others, but like, it doesn't feel that bad to me, to be honest with you, for how important that book is. But
I could have swore I've seen 5s go for 20.
Mm-mm.
I don't think. I know this book has come way in since it went nuts during COVID, like everything else. But the Last Ronin really turbocharged the turtle stuff, and but I don't think anything's possible, I guess, but I don't think a 5 would go for 20 grand.
I could have swore, because like we were talking about this book maybe a year ago, and it was selling for
Let's look it up.
20.
There's an answer to
In
this.
a
Let's
5.5.
find out.
Well, it's a pedigree. It's a first print.
Mhm.
19 grand sounds pretty normal for that grade. If I had to guess on a 5.0, I mean, I don't think it should be anywhere near
I guess
that-
anything's.
that price. I mean, wouldn't it be like half that? Just taking a guess.
So I'm looking at
7.
5.0s right now. So there's not a
6.
ton of sales on it. I mean, from what I'm seeing, this is just Go Collects data, so take it for what it is.
Yeah.
The high price on a 5.0 was almost 7,500 November last year.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
But listen, that's just what they've got. So, there's 1,347 on the census. The 9.8 during COVID. What do you think it hit? Do you remember?
The 90. I would say a 9.8, probably what, 100 grand.
So this was the insanity, but this says the 9.8 in February of 2022 went for 264,000.
Oh shucks.
And now it's going for about 85 ish, around 85.
Ugh. Okay, all right. So this one, it looks like it's signed. Thanks for all your help, Best. Kevin B. Eastman and Peter Laird.
They would sign on the inside a lot of these books back in the day. It's weird that CGC didn't nick it for that. Right, saying that there's writing on the inside, because they don't. That's not been authenticated, and I've seen this a few times with these books where they'll still give it the blue label even though there's those signatures on the inside.
So, if you got this, would you crack it out and then have it authenticated, or nah, or just leave it?
I'd have it authenticated.
Yeah, I mean, I would take a hard look at it. You wouldn't want to drop it in grade, right? You have to be pretty confident that it wasn't at risk of getting a 9.2 or something. But yeah, I mean, I think it would be cooler if it was authenticated.
Okay, so not crack it out, but just resubmit it and say, hey, authenticate what's going on with that signature on the interior.
Yeah, but even if they do that, there's still a risk they can regrade it on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's kind of like, well, what's the point of sending any books back in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest story I remember is that somebody sent in a Golden Age Captain Marvel, right? It was a 9.0, and then they send it in to do something with it, and then they pop the staple. No. They say that with that Golden Age Captain Marvel, this story always stands out. Damage can occur in the slab, so we got to drop it down.
Oof.
And then they do something with it. They drop it down. They're going to drop it down in grade unless you submit it with their pressing service.
Oh, come
unless
on.
you let our pressing service handle it, and the pressing service popped the staple on the cover. So
that's like gangster shit right there, man. I mean,
yeah. So that story, I think that story is like a few years old, but that one sticks out, and that's what makes me paranoid about ever resubmitting a book like ever again. You know.
Don't they have insurance coverage in that company when they damage a book that expensive and it gets covered? I mean, they don't have anything like that.
I don't know if you're basically waiving your rights to anything like that if you have them press it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not quite sure what the details were with that, but it seems like whatever you pay for initially is we're like, oh, I think it's this. I think it's worth this. You know what I mean? And then you pay accordingly. But screw that. All right. What's next? So we got an old label Ghost Rider #1 CGC 9.6 that sold for $2,044 after 41 bids.
2 grade for a 9.6. I haven't been in the market for that book. It just feels low.
I know. It's like I have a copy, and I'm like, it feels low to you.
For a 9.6, yeah.
Old label.
Yeah.
What do you think it should be?
I think that's probably why it scored low, because of the old label.
Really? I thought
if that was a modern label, that would definitely get a few more bucks.
I always thought the old labels went for more because like the early grading was a little bit tougher. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So people buy them to crack them out, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Would you want to crack that out and give it a shot and see
if
it maintains its 9.6?
Absolutely not. I just keep it in the slab
forever.
That's staying in there. I don't care.
All right, so all right, 9.6s. Yeah, they go for right around just they've come in recently. They were $3,000 not long ago, but yeah, they're sort of mid 2000s. But if you did get a 9.8, that's $10,000. So I would say if I owned that book, I'd just take a close look at it. Like, all right, do I think this thing might have a shot? I might fuck with it if I thought if there was any chance at all.
Send it in slab to the best presser and see what they say.
So it says fair market value is 10, but they're going for like 6. So yeah,
okay,
I probably would.
It's still a nice bump. $4,000.
It is a nice bump. I mean, it's still 3x.
But I think if you're looking at it closely in hand, you can tell if it has the potential. If it doesn't,
I've got an ASM 300 old label, never been pressed, 9.4, and I'm considering sending it to Joe because it looks pretty fucking clean. It looks pretty clean. Even a 9.6 bump on that would be fine.
Considerable, yeah.
I'd like to see what he says about that. All right, next. Bone number 1, CGC 8.5. This thing's still sold for $2,000.
Great book.
Which one would you rather have, the Bone or the Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider all day. For me, Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider's got a bigger audience, but that Bone is a much rarer book. And I don't know. I'm probably the Ghost Rider, but I'm intrigued by the Bone. The question is that, like, are there enough fans of it out there to move it? You know what I mean? It's an obscure IP. It's an obscure IP. But if it ever came back, that book would scream higher for sure, just because there's not that many of them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next, we have USA Comics number 9, a PGX 2.0 that sold for $2,449 after 26 bids. You like these?
I don't think they did themselves any favor with the PGX slab on this thing.
What's the point?
Huh?
What's the point of it?
Like you said, it's scary, man. Scary. You don't know what's going to fall out of there.
All right. So which one would you rather have, the USA Comics or the Ghost Rider?
USA.
Yeah, I mean, I'd roll the dice on the USA for sure, even with the PGX slab.
The USA and a PGX.
Yeah.
2.0.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, all right. And next we got Batman 423 CGC 9.8 sold for $2,000.
This book amazes me what it sells for. It really does amazes me.
Okay, no, what were you gonna say?
There's a store near me who has one up on the wall for $200.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clean. I think it would be a stretch for a 9.8, but I've been tempted to pull the trigger on it a few times. I know it's probably worth more than that. I get nothing against it. It doesn't. I don't know. I guess I'm not in love with it like some of his like McFarlane's other stuff. You know, I appreciate it for what it is, but man, $2,000, that blows my mind what this book goes for.
All right, so of the 3, these are like basically $2,000 books. Which one would you rather have?
Oh, it's the USA. I mean,
I still got to go USA.
Okay.
I can get that Batman anytime I want. And like I told you before, I'm thrilled. I have a 9.6 of this and a 9.8 of the second print. I love McFarlane. I love this cover, but USA. How often do you really see those Golden Age books? So.
Yeah, I mean, that McFarlane book is going to be at every show you ever go to, right? If you want that, you can buy it whenever.
Dude,
you want.
There's I'm about to buy the one that's sealed in the little DC 3-pack or whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy one of those. Neo Comic Con. There's a guy bringing a bunch of those, and he says he's got that book in there. So I'm probably going to snatch that up from him. I think
Jedi Batman
250 for it.
Okay. Well, Jedi Batman says Batman.
Well, I mean, he's got Batman in his name, man. I mean,
yeah. All right. What's next? Oh, look at this. Look at this sale here.
Yeah, I had my eye on this one, man.
Bro, Teenage Romances number 43. So classic Matt Baker cover, CGC 5.0. This sold for $6,250. Can't even imagine. Can't even imagine.
Awesome book. I
mean, can you Can you think of? I'm not. This isn't a rhetorical question, but can you think of other Matt Bakers that have sold for more?
Yeah. So on Heritage,
Uh
one sold for $9,000. It was the first one they'd ever sold.
and
it's a beautiful cover. It's hold on, I posted it. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you the issue number. Give me 1 second.
Wasn't that a low grade too? The one that you
It was like a
talking
3.0, I think they estimated it. It was
Yeah.
raw. It was
Yeah,
raw. Hold on. Put it on IG. Give me 1 second.
I almost broke a nail digging in my romance books when you showed that book.
Teenage Romances, number 45. I mean, it is a fucking banger. Sorry, I might have got you demonetized by swearing there, Carter.
let's see. Beep 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 boop boop. A Heritage.
Yeah, Heritage just sold it, $9,000. It was like end of September.
You said 45.
Teenage Romance is 45. Yep.
Okay, let's see.
It was the first copy of this they ever sold. I was watching this thing because I had posted in the Long Story Short chat, like, what do you guys think this is going to go for? And I think it was at 2,500 when I posted it, and then I think Josh said $5,000, and the fucking thing went for $9,000.
What I heard about that book is it's like that particular issue is considered a ghost for that run. So
I think it was the final issue in the run too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
probably.
Okay, let me see. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. Hold on. Okay, so
these are, yeah, you have to go to these. This is the current ones. Go to the recently sold.
Most recent sales.
It's a yellow background. I don't see it there. It wasn't slabbed.
Oh, really? No kidding.
You put in Teenage Romances?
Yep.
Why isn't it coming up?
Yeah, I've typed in Teenage Romances 45 and literally nothing came up. That was weird.
All right, but this view here is the current, or no? These are the sold ones.
Yep, most recent.
And that's wow. So I mean, that's the book right there.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
But yeah, it was the first one Heritage ever sold.
Let's see. Images.
Yeah, right there on the left. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Shane. Man, I ain't doing all that. I'll just show. Yeah, but this one.
Yeah, great book, man. Great book. But $9,000 for like a 3.0
for a raw copy.
Raw copy.
Holy crap! All right. Damn.
So, and then the other Baker covers. So his Phantom Ladies obviously go for big bucks.
Yeah.
And what is it? The Seven Seas covers, like those go for big bucks too.
Ooh. All right. Next is Marvel Mystery Comics number 31. So you got this one that sold for 2,300. So which one would you rather have? The Marvel Mystery Comics 1.8 or the USA Comics?
I'm going to go with the Matt Baker.
I stick with USA.
Yeah, I
Captain
think
America.
The USA is more of an obscurity,
and the Captain America is a little bit more of a main character. Yeah, draw.
All right, next is Daredevil Comics number 11, CGC 5.5, minor glue on the cover, but it didn't get a purple label.
It's funny how inconsistent that CGC is with this. I bought a Baker cover that has minor glue on the cover. It's not doing anything, and it gave the purple label. So my goal is to resubmit it. But it's weird, like how they're so inconsistent with that on what labels they give.
It seems like I mean, it feels like it's like everything should kind of filter through to a single person, right?
Yeah.
With a consistent standard.
Well, yeah,
but
I mean,
it doesn't seem like that.
No, it's wild. I mean, it's too wide in the outcome sometimes. And I thought the standard was for the glue, if it's not holding anything together, then it gets the blue label, right? If it's just on there, it gets the blue label. If it's somehow keeping the book together, then it gets the purple, right? I mean, it seems like, but they're not even consistent with that.
And why is there glue on the cover?
I don't know why that keeps happening. But the Baker one that I bought, I couldn't even see it. Like I was going through it, like where is this glue? No tears. There's nothing like that.
All right, next. Okay, so we got a couple of PSA graded comics. All right, so do you guys remember when this set was like super duper hot?
No, yeah.
Star Wars: The High Republic #1, the Villanelli, right? Trade Inversion set. I forget how did you get these?
I don't remember, but the High Republic was super hot for a moment, and then people realized how fucking boring it was. And then nobody cared anymore.
Didn't they make a Jedi? Didn't they make a Rock a Jedi?
I don't know, but it sounds about right.
Yeah. What were these sets going for, man? Like these were like in the hundreds, right?
Oh yeah, they were hot as hell for a moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember when that came out, you had the Stephanie Hans cover, I think, that was really hot. There was like a Yoda cover. There was a bunch of books that were really popping from that High Republic, and now they all go for cover, I think.
Yeah. All right. So 2 PSA 9/8 sold for $77. 2 of them after 7 bids. So,
I don't think anybody cares anymore. This book over here, son of a bitch. I was bidding on this and I fell asleep. No, I was at my son's game and I thought I had an hour and 15 minutes left on it, and I misread it. And I was like, I'll bid on it when I get home. And I get home and I go to check it and it's done. I'm like, what did I see? It was 15 minutes. I thought I had plenty of time, and I was so pissed because I would have paid more than that for this.
See, eBay going off of like Pacific time, that really fucks us up.
Yeah.
Over on the East.
I just misread it, like whatever was left. I thought I had plenty of time to get this one, but yeah, I had my eye on this freaking book. I'm so pissed.
All right, so this is Authentic Police Cases #7. So this is a PSA 4.0. Matt Baker cover, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this sold for $217 after 9 bids.
A steal. A fucking steal.
Damn. Let's see. Let's twist the knife a little bit here. Let's see. Oh, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this book is at least 50% discounted. Like Baker's from these lines are easily $100 a point. Easily.
I don't know, man. This looks like a okay. Do you think this looks like a CGC 5?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've who knows what's going on inside, but
yeah,
I have seen 5s that look worse than this. Let's just put it that way.
That's for sure.
Oh, God, I'm so fucking.
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's all good, man.
Let's move on.
It's clear that I'm buying too many comics. Either books that I've bought appeared on the show, or books that I'm looking to buy are appearing on the show.
Yeah. All right. Next is Guns Against Gangsters. LB Cole Shark cover sold for from 1948, and this sold for $1,250.
This is a famous cover, man.
I never
awesome.
see. Yeah,
Awesome
like
cover.
yeah, man. We've talked about this book before, and I never see this. I'm trying to see if I can find the listing. Let's see how this thing looks. Hold on. All right, here we go. Damn. This chick is not fighting this thing.
That cover is just fucking badass. I mean, why is she swimming with heels? I mean, she probably fell out of a boat or something, but like,
Well, she's got a knife too. Jesus.
No, she's ready. She's ready.
Yeah, but like he said, she's got a heels and a knife. Like, what's going on here? Unless she got pushed off the boat while she was trying to stab somebody.
she's like, not today, shark, not fucking today.
Dude, she is
Guns
very
against
fashionable.
gangsters.
She's very fat. Guns Against Gangsters, but no guns on the cover.
No gangsters either.
Yeah. Just a knife
Yeah,
maul.
She has no shot. She's done.
Oh. Okay. Sharks and smugglers test the mettle of the quick-witted model. Detective. Oh, she's a model detective in the thrilling case of the poison ring. Okay. All right.
Just like we said, she's fighting on the boat. She got pushed off or something.
I actually
See
want to
the,
read this
first
story
page?
now.
Yeah.
Deep dive in heels is diabolical. All right. So what is she, an undercover cop? That's what it seems
Yeah.
like.
Model by day, detective by night.
Yeah. All right. So look at this. So these 3 copies sold this week. So this is a Daredevil End of Days number 3, the 1 in 25 David Mack variant. This is a book I never see. I've never seen this copy. I've never seen this book in person ever.
I've been hunting it forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shocked that 3 copies sold in the same week, though. That's wild.
Okay, so Friday you had a copy sell for $230, and then you had another raw copy sell on October 2nd for $222, and then you had a 9.6 sell for $250
Damn.
on the 5th, just today. So
Beautiful David Mack cover. I love this book a lot. Been on the list for as long as I can remember.
yeah, since before COVID, I know that.
Yeah.
And can't find it.
Well, the pricing on it is pretty consistent, man. $250 basically.
I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to spend that. Shit. Dirty Pair, Run from the Future #1, one of my favorite covers, the Adam Hughes variant. So this CGC 9.8 sold for, what is this? Oh, Elektra's 45th birthday is coming up.
All right.
So this CGC 9.8 sold for $385.
Yeah, it's a great book, man. One of the best homages ever done, in my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm. October 6th. I've got a copy of this. I like checking in on this book every once in a while.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I've got one somewhere tucked away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now take a look at this. So a CGC 9.8, X-Men 450. So first meeting of Wolverine and X-23. This is a newsstand. 9.8 sold for $200. You like this book?
I would have expected it to go for a little bit more, to be honest with you, but maybe there weren't enough eyes on it. But yeah, I collect. You know me. I love my Newsies. But yeah, that's great, man. I just think that this shit's going to be more and more sought after as the years go on and people realize how tough they are to get.
Okay, so if you saw this at a convention for the 250 initial asking price, are you paying that for a newsstand?
Not for me, because it's not that I don't necessarily think it's worth that, but I'm not the biggest X-23 fan. I just like hunting for this stuff. You know what I mean? Like Bruce might pull the trigger on it. I'm sure Bruce is in the chat tonight. He's a loyal viewer of the show. Like, he's the right person to ask. Like, he's a huge collector of Laura. But I wouldn't pull the trigger. But I respect it. Like, I respect it, because this is like her for when she joins the X-Men, right?
I believe something to that effect.
Right.
It was weird. It's her first meeting with them.
Yeah. I could have swore she was like working at a bar that the X-Men crash. That's what I remember reading about this book.
I read this thing. I can't remember it though.
Yeah, it was weird. They had X-23 in a lot of adult situations. She was supposed to be a freaking kid.
Didn't they age her up pretty quick though? I think they aged her up almost instantly.
Yeah.
Well, in her first appearance, she's a streetwalker. She's
yeah.
So it's like a strange first appearance. If you really think about it.
That was that early 2000s like edgelord shit that they were doing.
Yeah.
All right, next is X-Men 9. This is one of my favorite variants. X-Men 19, the what is this, 50th anniversary variant or something to that effect.
Yeah, man, the Fantastic Four #1 homage.
Yeah, so this sold for, what did this thing sell for? $179 raw.
Awesome book. Look for it forever.
Okay, so X-23, she appeared on the X-Men Evolutions cartoon.
Yeah.
I wonder, okay, so was that actual hand-drawn animation? And if so, are there any cells available from X-Men? So. Yeah. Okay, because here's the thing. You would think that like an animation cell from that cartoon featuring X-23 would go for big money, but I never see any like notable sales for that. You know what I mean?
That's yeah. And it's funny, she never showed up because they had X-Men Evolution cartoon comics, and she never showed up in any of those comic books either.
Oh wow, that's kind of weird. I'm trying to, let's see, X-Men Evolution. I don't know if it's a S at the end of it or not, but I'm not seeing anything.
I also liked the goth version of Rogue from that show. Totally different take on the character.
Mm-hmm. All right. What's next? She wasn't a whore in the cartoon, though. See? All right. This is another favorite book of mine. Strange Academy #1, CGC 98, Jerome Opeña variant. So a 9.8 of this sold for $661 after 24 bids.
Yeah, this book was so hot back in the COVID days.
I remember
Breakfast Club homage.
Mm-hmm. I bought this. I bought this a week before everything shut down for like I think like $25 or something like that.
Yeah, I never had this one. I had the Ramos 1 in 25, which is a cool cover in its own right, but never got anywhere near the prices, obviously, of this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a decent price. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, it used to be 1K. Yep. I actually submitted this book, 9.8 or bust, and they returned it.
They returned it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'll have to resubmit it again.
You never know, man. Could be a 9.9 now.
I know, right? How fickle they are, bastards. All right, take a look at this. Now this is cool to me. So we have the So Much Fun comic pack. I never see these. Have
Yeah,
you
I've
ever
never
seen these?
I mean, I've seen the book. I've never seen the pack.
Yeah, this is amazing. So you get the GI Joe 63 plus Hulk 335 and the X-Men 221.
Oh shit.
Yeah, look at that. And okay, this fucking thing sold for $115 after 5 bids.
Feels low.
Yeah, man. Dude, that is hell, like sealed. And you get X-Men 221. I mean, this book was hot. I mean, I could have swore the X-Men 221 goes for about 100 by itself.
Not anymore. I'm shocked too because I've been seeing them at cons for $50.
The So Much
What?
Fun?
No, I'm talking about just the book. The that was that first Mr. Sinister or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, first Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dropped considerably. It's like way below 50% of what it used to get. I've been finding them for $40-$50. High grade.
What about the So, because the So Much Fun? I really haven't priced those in a long time, but just finding it, I could have swore like a nice high grade could at least go for 100. I could have swore.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, and then you got number 63, and that book goes for I forget how much, but I don't know. This book, it feels like this sealed pack should have went for at least 200.
It's a good buy though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Sinister is supposed to be one of the main antagonists with Apocalypse, I think, in the future X-Men movies.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, they got to
saying, yeah, so you'll see probably people chasing first Mr. Sinister again, and this being unique, it should get a nice little bump.
Yeah, it's a nice pickup.
I wish I had seen that before it ended. All right, next. All right, so these are foil variants here. Nightwing 99 and 105. So these are those Dan Mora variants. For whatever reason, I'm just not interested in foils. And this set of 2 sold for 170.
I don't have the foils on these. I've just got the regular cover Bs or whatever, because they were open order as well.
Yeah. I don't know. This just, I'm kind of over the foils. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, it's just hit or miss for me. Like I know some people just are over them. Like for me, if it makes the book look cooler, I'm there for it. If it doesn't, then I'm not. You know what I mean? Like it's gotta bring something to the conversation. It just can't be foil for the sake of foil.
Beefcake continues to break the bank. I don't know, man. They're turning Nightwing into like a man whore. Like all these like weird poses that they have him doing and all that shit.
I don't get the beefcake thing. Like is it girls buying it? Is it just like dudes? Is it gay dudes? Like who is the real, like,
who's the market?
Yeah, who's the market for that? Like, they don't do anything for me personally, but I've been seeing some of the prices and they're fucking bananas.
Well, let's put it this way. How many girls do you see digging in a box at a con and pulling this out?
Not many.
Okay. I'm not saying that chicks don't go to cons, because they do, but I very rarely anybody tell me, do you have any Nightwing? That's a girl. That's a girl, you know? So
he's DC's male version of Spider-Woman. That seems pretty spot on.
I don't really care who's buying it. I'm just curious, like, who's the market for it? You know what I mean? Like, who?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm finding those, I'm a seller of those all day long, because, like, I just can't. I'm just trying to understand who the holders of the long-term holders of those books are.
Mm-hmm.
It would be.
Now here's the thing: if I see like the man whore Nightwings, now I'll buy them. I'm not gonna put them in a haul video. I'll just buy them and then immediately sell them. That's what I'm doing.
I don't ever see them, man. Maybe what's going on is that, you know, those were cover Bs. They're an extra buck, and nobody was ordering. There wasn't a big demand for them, and now they're just rare as hell.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the market for those pumpkin variant for Nightwing?
With his shirt off and he's sitting with the pumpkins.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever, man. I don't. To each their own. If that's what you like to collect, by all means, man, buy what you like. I'm just trying to figure out who are the buyers, or people just doing it for a gag. I don't know. Like I can't figure it out.
When I was remember when those Winona Earp IDW covers were going for a hell of a whole lot, those photo covers, and like every time I would come across them, I would sell them, and every sale was a girl. Every sale. And I think in like certain, I think I found a set of Jericho from IDW, and I sold a set of that, and it was a girl that bought it. You know what I mean? So I have to imagine if I put this up on eBay, it'd probably be a girl.
You know, it's funny, like on YouTube, it had recommended like this channel for it's just this girl. I think she's probably like in college or something, and you know, she's just talking about the comics she likes. She's just more of a reader.
Yeah.
Like how many? Like her videos had like 1,700 views. I was like, it was fun. It was, you know, it was like whatever. She had a quirky view on the book she liked, but I was just shocked. You know, that's a lot of views for like a comic book channel. You know what I mean?
Yep. Started. Okay, so the homoerotic covers started during COVID. Me and the LCS owner used to laugh at them. I should have purchased them. I know, right? Easy money.
Yeah, man. I mean, I can't. Who was sending me some prices on those? Probably was Igor. It was just like, look at what these things are going for. I was like, wow. I mean,
isn't there a cover of him in a Speedo, like touching his toes on the cover?
Yeah, that one.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember around that time you're talking about. I remember it was either you or Ben had that on the show, and it did get like some weird number, like it was like a $30 or $40 book, and you guys couldn't believe it. And this is going back when it first dropped, I think. And it's weird because he's like in a blue Speedo, and he's just touching his toes, and I didn't, you know.
I don't know. These books have taken on a life of their own. So.
Yeah. But during that time, I think there were a lot of variants coming out of him, like always either swimming or at the beach or doing something, you know, with swim trunks on.
I mean, they've always done that with Nightwing, right? I mean, he's always been.
Yeah. I think he just appeals to whether it's a girl or a guy, you know.
Yeah.
He seems to be the guy, you know, because you don't really see them doing that with anybody else in the DC universe. They tried doing it with what was it, Kal-El, but they made him I think when they made him, they had a series where he was gay.
Yeah.
And I think he even had like a male love interest in the storyline that was always featured on the cover with him. And I think they were doing that during like Pride Month, where it was always like some kind of a pride flag on the cover somewhere. So but Nightwing is like he's obviously I don't remember the story. I don't think he's gay. I think he had a thing with Batgirl or somebody in the storyline. Yeah, like that was the love interest.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that cover of him always with swim trunks on, or like you said, sitting on a pumpkin, and it appeals to somebody because they keep doing it and it's obviously getting money. So it's.
Listen, man, the books are selling for freaking crazy money. The one that Igor sent me was a Batman Superman cover where they both had their shirts off.
Well, there goes your target audience. Igor buys them.
So. I think I remember that cover. Yeah.
I think Batman still had his mask on. And
there was something really off about that. Okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Okay, we're moving on to GI Joe, A Real American Hero, number 224. CGC 98 sold for $300. So first, we talked about this on Long Story Short.
Didn't we just talk about this on Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Don Moreno, right? The
first Don Moreno as Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
And then you have the John Royal variant, a raw copy sold for $162.
Yeah, you don't see either one of these books for whatever reason.
Yeah, I especially don't see the John Royal.
Yeah, we've talked about both of these on the show before. They're both super collectible.
Actually, I love the John Royal. So I've got the regular cover, but I would love to find this John Royal cover. This might be one of my favorites.
Yeah, this is a good one.
I won that on a Whatnot auction from
Uh-huh.
E-Rod 212, and it's really nice. I think it's like a 9.6, 9.4, but nice though. And I think I won it for like $30. And I was buying it with the intention to flip it at a show, because a lot of people always ask me about books like this, like these variant GI Joes. And then I changed my mind because it just appeals to me. I like it. Like I brought it to a show and then I put it away and took it back home. So, and I don't even collect GI Joe. I just thought the cover was cool and just changed my mind. Yeah.
All right. What's next? Blast from the Past. Thanos, number 13.
Another one we talked about on frickin' Thursday.
Yeah. This 9.6 CGC 9.6 sold for $675. That's a strong price for a 9.6.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a really good price.
It's a cool looking book. It's a really cool looking book.
All right. So Marvel Adventures number 59, CGC 9.8 sold for $300.
Yep. These are old Long Story Short books. When we were telling you guys to start picking these things up a long time ago. These Scotty Youngs are must-haves. Like I found a Newsy. I don't think it was this one, but it was in this run for $1 not that long ago. But yeah, these are all sweet. And this was definitely one of the first ones we talked about on Long Story Short. But yeah, these are. I mean, I think the print runs on these were like in the 6,000 range, they said. So like these things were not heavily ordered at all. Like, and then they were usually given to kids. Yep. So, when you put those two things together, like this, whatever survived is not going to be crazy high. Dude,
nobody has Marvel Adventures.
I know one place that's got where I found it. I was rushing that day and he had a lot of them in there. And I was only going for the Newsies. I probably should just grab them all. I was just like going fast trying to find the Newsies.
Yeah. All right. So which one do you like better? The Marvel Adventures or the G.I. Joe 244? For the money. Strictly for the money. Which one do you like better?
I'm probably going to go with the Marvel Adventures, I think. But that's not taking anything away from the G.I. Joe.
Okay. And Gotham City Sirens, number 1 in 25, raw, sold for $170.
Yeah, love this book. Classic J.G. Jones cover. Great book.
I had this book back in the day. I remember getting it off of My Comic Shop for like $20.
Nice, yeah. I'm pretty sure I don't own this, but I feel like it should be in my collection. It's like one of those ones like, do I own this? Like, I definitely seen it. This thing could be sitting in a short box somewhere that I forgot
about. I'm definitely not 6'5". I have, but I will say I've got like disproportionately long limbs. I'll say that. I got like orangutan arms. I will say that. Okay, so which one do you like better, the Gotham City Sirens, the raw, or the 224 variant? John Royal.
It's a tough one.
Which one are you taking?
That's a tough one, man.
John Royal.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the Royal too, but it's not. It's not an easy one. That's a tough one.
I asked the tough questions.
That's a tough one. But I'm probably at the Royal, but
Okay.
by like the narrowest of margins.
What's your margin? Heroes Reborn.
Hold on, real quick. That John Royal
Sure.
number 244 isn't that like a first appearance issue as well of
Yeah,
first
yeah, it's-
female Snake Eyes?
Yep. Yeah, it's the exact
something-
same issue as the one on the one on the left.
Right.
It's the exact same one. Yeah. So first Don Moreno as Snake Eyes. Yep.
Yeah. So that's more of a reason why I lean towards it, because Snake Eyes is such a badass character, and
hmm
I don't like, again, I didn't read the storyline, but I'm imagining that she would have to be just as bad as the original character, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I would give, I don't know, for whatever reason, as much as I love this, I might, you know what? I'm not going to answer that. I'm going to keep it the mystery. I'm going to ask you guys. I won't answer it. But I will say,
You ask us the hard questions.
yes, but I won't answer. I'll tell you what, if I ever come across this Gotham City Sirens again, I'll probably keep it in the collection. And I won't sell it.
Yeah,
All right.
no, it's a good looking book.
Yeah. All right.
I might be able
next,
to help you with that one.
Uh-oh. If the price is right. Uh-oh.
Pressman.
All right. Next is Jim Lee. Jim Lee's classic X-Men number 11 Pressman. So we got a copy that sold for $180 and then $200.
Is that a jump? Wasn't it a half that price at one time, like $100 book?
I believe so.
It's been steadily climbing.
Yeah, it's been inching up for a while.
Yeah, it's a cool one.
I got a great deal on that one. It is cool though. It's definitely a classic Jim Lee cover.
Oh yeah. People are finding like a new appreciation for it. I think it's his final X-Men cover, right? Final. No.
That book, that particular book, was available, I want to say, and wasn't it part of like a board game or something?
It's a board game. Yeah,
that was
yeah.
board
the only
game variant. Yeah.
That was the only way you were able to get that one. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why so many of them have spine ticks and stuff, because they were packaged inside of a board game, and then kids more than likely mishandled the book before it got in the hands of a collector.
I remember coming across this book back in the day quite a bit, but I don't know. It feels like I'll find it again. So not that big a deal.
Mhm.
Next is Iron Man Armored Adventures number 1, Scotty Young variant. So this sold for $70.
It's a great book. Great looking book.
Good price on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the seller did well. I mean, you could find these things for cover or less from time to time.
Yeah. All right. Next, Space Vixens. So this is what 3D Zone 16. This sold for $200.
This is one of the few Dave Stevens books I don't have. I was at a show and someone had a 9.6, and we agreed to a price. And then I went to get cash,
Mm-hmm.
and then I ended up bumping into somebody, and I just totally spaced on it. So I see these dudes at shows from time to time, so I'm gonna have to go see if they've still got it. But I negotiated a deal. Went to get cash, bumped into some, and then I was like, shit, I gotta get home. It's really late, and I totally spaced on it. Yeah, but I love that book. It's the only, not the only, but one of the few Dave Stevens books that I'm missing.
Okay, so which one do you like better? Which one do you like better, this or the G.I. Joe John Royal?
Oof.
Which one are you taking? Probably the Royal still, because it feels rarer. That Space Fix and whatever 3D, whatever it is it's out there. Like you can find it. The Royal just seems like it's it's kind of a ghost a little bit.
Yeah, but that Space Vixen maintains that value. Like out of all the Dave Stevens that seem to kind of come back down to earth,
Yep.
that one doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No,
That
listen,
one and the one with the chicks on the
Planet
bike, Planet Comics, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna piss you off because at New York City Comic Con, I have 3 of those copies of each one.
of the Space Vixens.
Both of them, Space Vixens and Planet Comics. I've
Oh,
got
nice.
I got each one, I think, slabbed, and then 2 raws of each one. But I always grab those when I go to any show, and I just keep buying them and buying them. I don't
They
care.
move. They move. It's just an eye catcher, you know.
Yeah. Everybody's always asking me, even though they say they're over Dave Stevens, it's always asked about when can I see that closer? What's the best can you do?
Nobody's over Dave Stevens. It's just that when that fucking Dave Stevens boom was going on, like that can never sustain itself. You know what I mean? Like he's one of the greatest
Right.
comic book artists ever. You know what I mean? Like his stuff will always be in demand. But you just had a moment there where everybody went insane for his stuff.
All right. Next, we've got Captain. Okay, so a PSA graded 9.2, Captain Marvel 17 second print. So this sold for $147 after 35 bids.
I still want this book. I've never had it. I still want it. I don't think I would have paid that much for a 9.2.
Right.
But I still want this book.
It feels like I'll come across this book again.
Yeah.
At some point. Not, I won't sweat it. Out of This World, #1, Bruce Timm.
One of my favorite Bruce Timm covers. I've got a 9.4 of this. This book is hard and high grade because that cardboard cover picks up all sorts of damage. And then I found one in the wild for like $30.
Damn.
That's a little beat up, but for $30, you know.
Which one do you like better? Let's say you don't have either, Out of This World or Space Vixens.
Oof. I don't know. There's something about the Out of This World that's just perfect, you know. Hey, are those the first prints of those, John, that you were hanging up the Spicy Tales there?
I'll tell you right now.
There's different printings of those.
Yeah, I know. Second print, 1991. But the cool thing about this was I found a pack of, it seemed like, I guess there were, these came in 4 in a pack, and I found 3 of them, 3 packs. So I had 12 of them at one time, all
nice.
unread. And people didn't give a shit that they were a second print because I can't keep them. It's like the minute I bring them to a show, they're gone.
No, man. They go for the same price as the first prints, but I can't tell which one's more prevalent or not. But
well, when people ask me, they do ask me, is the second print a shorter print or what? And I tell them, listen, I said, I can't tell you that because I don't have information to back that up, but I can tell you that finding them unread and untouched by other human hands is got to be, pretty rough.
No, my copies kick the shit. I got a copy, but it's well read.
They came in 4 packs, and whoever ordered them originally, I don't know if they did that or that's how it arrived to them, but they were sealed in these little plastic baggies and in 4 packs. And I bought all 3, like he had 3 4-packs. And I'm down to these 2 and then 1 personal one that I have.
Oh, wow. Okay, so okay, take a look at this. Another sealed comics pack here. So we got the Animaniacs DC Universe from 95, still sealed for $240 after 2 bids.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So which one would you rather take, the Animaniacs or the So Much Fun? Look at that.
I think I got to go with Animaniacs because it's got the DC Universe thing going. Which
I think I think the DC Universe are even rarer than the So Much Fun. But that's tough.
I'm going with So Much Fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, but the thing that probably, because I forgot that the back end of this book had the first Mr. Sinister, I'd probably go right at that one first. So
Yeah. Yeah, this to me, like that $100 price on the So Much Fun pack, to me, that's a fluke.
Yeah.
And it probably will correct itself in the near future.
Yeah, somebody got a good deal on that.
Yes, very much so. Next is for $3,000. Fantastic Four number 12, CGC 7.0. I thought it was a noteworthy price.
that's way cheap, in my opinion.
Really? What do you think it should go for in like a 7?
I wouldn't be shocked if I went to a con and that had like 4,500 or $5,000 on it. I mean, it's the first meeting between Hulk and the FF, and it's the first battle between Thing and Hulk. And it's such a classic Kirby cover. Like, it's ridiculously classic. Even when I was a kid growing up, first collecting and going to stores, and I remember seeing that cover, I dreamed about having that book. And when I got older, I made sure I have a 4.0 of this book. And it's one of my favorite covers to look at, as far as Kirby covers go.
You know what, man? I remember like ratty copies of this selling for $1,500.
I just feel like it should be at least $2,000 more for a 7.0.
Mm-hmm.
7.0 is a really nice grade, man. And it probably looks amazing in person, that book.
You know what? I feel that people's attention has turned away from books like this, and they're kind of focusing on Matt Baker's and like the Golden Age stuff.
Yeah, it all ebbs and flows. It all ebbs and flows a little bit.
Yeah. All right, next is Amazing Spider-Man 2, CGC 3.5, sold for $2,720. First Vulture.
Feels low.
Mm.
What is it? So what did you say it was, a 3.5?
3.5, yep.
All
right, next. Oh, get a look at this. Get a load of this. Vengeance of Bane. CGC 9.9 sold for $6,000.
Wow.
Get a load of this.
I would just never, personally, I would never pay up like that for a 9.9, because I don't believe if I were to crack it and send it back in, it would come back a 9.9. Like, I just don't think they're that consistent in being able to grade that. It's just not a real thing to me. I would love to sell one.
I already see where this is going with this particular spread of 3 books. Which would you rather have for $6,000?
So we've got X-Men number 1, CGC 3.5, sold for $6,000 after 52 bids. And then we got Batman 7.0, 221, sold for $6,500.
Yeah, for me, it's the X-Men. Personally,
all day.
I don't know. I think I might take Batman.
Just so you can flip it, or
I don't know. I like Batman better.
Oh, sorry, not the Bane. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Batman 221.
I thought you're, yeah. That Batman cover is a classic.
I'm with Ben on that Bane. Like, for me, I have a 9.8 of this book, and if somebody said, like, if I traded in my 9.8 and would I pay the difference? Hell no. On a 9.9, just to have a 9.9 on the cover, no. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like $6,000 for a 9.9 on that Bane book. I'd rather all day. I would take those 2 other books to the right. You have to be on crack to pass those books up for $6,000 and then buy that book just because it says 9.9.
I mean, if Bane's your favorite character and like whatever, like, then okay, fine, like, go for it. But like, if you're just, I don't know, 9.9s, they just don't do it for me.
Vengeance of Bane seems like a well-preserved book.
See,
To
my
where,
my point being is that if that book, let's say if you wanted to reslab that, just so that I can make this point, that can very easily drop back to a 9.8, very easily,
Oh,
right?
that's,
But the X-Men one and that Batman 121, even if it changed a half a point or a point, it's still 11 legendary book no matter what. Nobody's gonna give a shit about that 9.8 Vengeance of Bane if it dropped down to a 9.8. You know what I'm saying? Like 9.8s are all over the place. And I just think there's a better investment and it's got better legs to go with the older books.
I'd like
So,
to see
I
what
don't
a
know.
third print in the 9.9 sells for. That would be interesting.
did they do 3? I've got the second print of it for sure. They did a third one as well.
Yeah, the third print, the trade dress is light blue.
Okay, wow.
It actually looks pretty good. All right, next. Amazing Spidey number 3 of 5.0 sold for $3,251. I have one of these in that exact grade. So I was interested in what it was selling for. To me, that feels low. I don't think I'd sell mine for that. For $3,000? Nah, I don't see that.
Yeah, it's a great book.
All right, next is now this is a book that interests me. I have this book. I've been high on this book for probably the last 5. Ever since COVID, I've been really high on this book. So this is a Wolverine 20. I believe this is a 1 in 30 variant, and it's the first appearance of Gorgon. He was like the main antagonist of the Enemy of the State.
Yeah, that was Mark Miller and JR, right?
Yep.
I remember when that came out, man. That was a big deal.
I love this book. So we had this raw copy that sold for $110. To me, that's respectable. I'm not mad at this. And I love this cover. And I don't know. I'm just really high on it. And I'm high on it still. So next is Giant Size X-Men number 1. Look at this. A CGC 9.8 sold for $23,750.
How the Mighty Have Fallen.
Which one would you rather have, this or the Ninja Turtles number 1 in the 9.4?
The Turtles. It's just, that is a very important book in my opinion, and much shorter print run. I know this is for many people the X-Men book to have, but but for me, like how I collect when I like the Turtles appeals to me a little bit more, which is not taking anything away from that, but there's just a lot of copies of the Giant Size X-Men.
Even in the 9.8, you would pass even in the 9.8.
Even in the 9.8, yeah, because there's a 9.9 now, and I'd rather have that one.
Okay, all right.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm 100% joking. What is the census difference on these? Giant Size X-Men number 1. There are,
I'm going to say
almost 15,000 on the census.
Holy shit.
Yeah, but how many 9.8s?
9.8s that you ask. So there are 268 blue and 12 signatures. So 280.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I think I gotta stick with Giant Size for me. I do like the Turtles, but the Giant Size is just, it's crazy relevant. I mean, first Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler. What is it? Second full appearance of Wolverine. I don't know. There's a lot going on with that book. Meaning there's a lot of relevant characters first appearance, and
there's about as many Turtles between 9.4 and 9.8 as there are just 9/8 of X-Men. So, so roughly, right around sort of mid 200s if you can add up all the 9/4s, 9/6s, and 9/8s. So in terms of, yeah, I mean, that's a coin flip for most people, but for me, I think I'm nudging a little towards the Turtles, but because the total, it's 1,350 basically. Total of the Turtles graded.
I will say, like, that's a tough question. Even though I asked the question, it's still tough. But I will say, Giant Size X-Men #1, like when I was a kid in the early 90s, this book captured my imagination. Like it captured it, and it like had it in a chokehold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, listen, I'm not. Yeah, it's a super important book.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, I'm maybe a little biased. The Turtles, it's, they're from the guys who did it from New England, so I'm a little biased there, I guess. But if you think about what that book, like the cartoons, like it's the most successful indie comic book.
Yeah,
ever. But yeah, it's a tough
but this is a 9/8 though. Like,
no, I know.
I get it. There's a couple hundred out there, but still.
I'm still on the fence, but I will say it would be cool just to have any grade of a Giant Size X-Men #1, but it would be cool just to have any grade of a first print Ninja Turtles #1. You know what I mean? So
it's a real tough one. I mean, they're both super relevant books. You know what I mean?
And then there's 3 printings of the #1 Turtles.
Yeah,
of the exact same cover.
The first is, obviously in a different ballpark than those other ones, but
yeah.
All right, what's next? Star Trek Red Shirts #3. So this was, I don't know if this was the hot book of the week.
It was pretty hot. Yeah, I was up there.
Yeah. Villages. Okay, so 1 in 10 Villages. Red Shirts #3, Villages. 1 in 10 Villages.
Suspiria, right? Did they discover or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Suspiria. Yeah.
Okay. But okay, so is this IDW's new logo?
Yeah, it sucks.
It looks like id. Like I'm not seeing it. You really got to look hard to find the W.
I don't know who the hell came up with it, but it was stupid.
Like this is id Comics. This looks awful. There's nothing collectible. Ever since they lost Transformers and G.I. Joe, they've just been spiraling.
Out of control.
Yeah, man. This is bad, but I don't know. This cover, I don't know. Do you think it has legs?
I mean, Suspiria is super collectible. It's cool. I don't mean, what is it going for 20? I don't think it's got much upside from here, but it's cool. Right. I mean, if I found this for cover, I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's not bad. But so I think it was selling for I think Midtown had it for $8 or something like that. So
yeah,
if I come across it, I'd be happy. All right, a horror-ish cover, yeah. All right, we're in the pulp hour now. All right, let's take a look at. If I didn't know better, this was the very first issue of Weird Tales. If I didn't know better, because I remember
$99.
I remember researching and but this was years before, and seeing this as the first issue. So Weird Tales, June 1925. So we had this raw copy. They had it as fair good. So this sold for $599.
$5.99. I thought that it said $99.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So basically sold for $600.
That makes more sense.
Shit, man. I don't know, man. That's to me that seems like a good price, especially if it is the first appearance.
Yeah.
Which I didn't bother to research before doing the show. First,
dude, It's a 100-year-old book, man. 1925.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's take a
It's
look.
a great.
Oh
It's a
no, it's
great
not.
cover.
No, it's not the first Weird Tales. This is the first Weird Tales. This is the first one. So this is wow. Look at that. From 1920, March 1923 is the first Weird Tales.
Mm.
Yeah. This thing is destroyed. But yeah. Good looking book. Remove. Oops. What did I do? Am I stuck? Okay. Remove. Add to stage. Did I remove Ben?
Well, he disappeared. I'm sure he didn't leave because he wanted to.
Okay. Let's see.
I don't know if you removed him. But
I don't think so. All right, but we'll keep yeah, something happened. Something got jammed up. But all right, astounding stories of super science.
is
So
he
we
in the
got
back? Is he in the backstage?
no.
No.
No. I didn't kick off Mr. Longshort. Definitely not. But we have astounding stories of super science, October 1930. For so this sold for $180.
Of course not. I have to read. He said the Italians got him.
That's
the couple looking for him for that Superman book.
Oh, they gave him
he got snatched up.
Oh shit! They gave him the Jimmy Hoffa treatment. Oh shit! No, the Italians. Oh, well, see, we put them on blast too much, man. Damn. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have done that.
Oh, he said he just messaged me. He said his computer crashed out.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
That's a likely story. That's what they want us to believe.
He said sorry about that.
That's what the Italians want us to believe.
Maybe they're the ones writing that.
I know, exactly.
They're tying them up while
so this sold for 180. Do you like this cover? It's kind of like an invisible. It looks like an Invisible Man cover.
That's what I was gonna say. It's an Invisible Man cover. It's cool. I mean, I can see why it's 180. It's a cool cover, and it's Invisible Man is definitely relevant again. He's got a cool series going on, and you know. But this is pulp collectors buying this. This is the casual collector is not paying almost $200 for this. This is a hardcore pulp collector.
Mm-hmm. It
but
seems
it makes
like
sense.
Yeah, there are certain books like pulps because they are obscure, but you have those certain ones that hit the mainstream.
And dude, it's 1930. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this. Freaking what, 95 years old? Shit.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, next is Dime Detective Magazine, 1932. So this one sold for $350. To me, it was a notable sale. Let me see if I can. Let me see if do I have the listing for this? No, I don't. Damn. But yeah, sold for $350. Dramatic, bold shadows on those pulp covers for sure. But I like it just because it's got a chick on the cover. And it's early 1930s.
Yeah, but 350, I'm out. I can't go 350 on that one.
You can't.
No, I'd rather get for 150 more. I'd rather get that spider cover, that Weird Tales.
Okay. Mid 1920s.
It's just a little more dramatic. I don't know. There's not enough going on that Dime Detective for me.
Yeah, I totally understand that.
Hmm.
It's kind of like they're trying to imply something spooky and sinister going on, but it just doesn't resonate.
Right.
All right, next. So we got some cheap ones here, but we got Black Mask, May 1944. I like it just because it's got, hot
Great cover.
blonde. Yeah,
Yeah.
hot blonde with a gun. I'm with this.
Mhm.
Okay. Give me a higher grade copy of this, and I'd be happy. This is a great freaking cover.
But guess what? I think if you get a higher grade of that, that's how far are you willing to go for it?
Who knows?
A cool
It would
cover,
have to
though.
be in my but it's great. Yeah, it's great colors, great composition, great subject matter. Because it's like you got the black dress, and then you got the blonde hair, and you got the little purple flower in the hair with the
Yeah.
gun. Like to me, this is like a perfectly done cover.
Yep.
So I would like to see. I just want to see a high grade copy of this, and then I'll figure it out from there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But yeah, this thing is beautiful. That's perfect. I'm gonna ask Ben if this is a long story short worthy book. So next is was this Speed Western Stories 1945, September 1945. So this sold for $20 essentially. So it's to me, it feels later, like anything in the 30s, a pulp like 30s in earlier is like the sweet spot. Anything later, the cover would have to be really great. But it's to me, this is fun enough
because it's in that era where Golden Age books were really, a thing. So it's kind of like pulp seems like it crosses over into the Golden Age.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for that price, that's not bad. That's not bad. But take a look at this one, 1939, Strange Stories, from June 1939. Look at this cover.
It's
$18 for this severed head cover.
It's a huge bat carrying her head away.
Yes. This is right up my alley.
It's a sick cover, and it's right around that 1939. You like that era?
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about it, didn't that come out the same month as the Action Comics 1?
You know what?
June 1939.
The year after. This is about a year after Action Comics.
Action Comics was October, no?
No. Oh shoot. Okay, so.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Marvel Comics #1. That's October.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Action Comics is June.
Yeah, this is right before. Yep, right before Marvel Comics #1. Yeah.
So I
want this cover.
This was in a newsstand, like on the city streets.
Yeah.
Right in the same newsstand as an Action Comics 1.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised this it kind of flew under, because listen, I've been like
there we go. I'm sorry, it's 1938. What's he saying? 1938 Action Comics?
Yeah, Action Comics was 1938.
Okay. Sorry.
And then this is probably a month after Batman, but before Marvel Comics #1. So, but yeah, this is because I've been researching for the show pulps for a while, and this is like totally flown under the radar. But I want this now.
You know why? You know why I'm thinking 1939, because I have the very first Superman action figure, which is an actual porcelain head figure with a wooden puppet like body.
Oh yeah.
And it's about 13 or 14 inches tall.
Yeah.
That was made by a company called Ideal,
Yep.
and it's from 1939, and that's why I have that 1939 stuck in my head. So
What condition is that?
it is really nice. I bought it from a guy who's a superior Superman collector, and he
Uh-huh.
fell into hard times, and I just
Oh
happened to be
shoot.
in a Facebook group that was all dedicated to Superman toys,
Yeah.
and he explained that he was going through some shit. And excuse my link. I think you're getting in trouble when I say that, right?
Nah.
But I immediately DM'd him and I asked him, "What are you looking to get on it?" And I think originally he wanted like 1,000, which I thought was like the normal sale on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I told him, I said, "Look, I really don't have 1,000 to spend right now." But I said, what can you go?" I think I wound up paying 700 for it.
Okay.
But that was a steal back then, and it's a huge steal right now. Like
Oh,
meaning
for
it's
sure.
worth a whole lot more. But it's all originals, not repainted, is not repaired. The original cape, everything, and that's one of my pride in my collection as far as vintage toys.
Let's see.
I'll show it to you one day.
Is this it here?
Yep.
Hell yeah. Wow.
There's a lot,
What?
there's a lot of issues you'll find with that. A lot of people professionally repainted them, restored them.
Mm-hmm.
The cape has been replaced on a lot of them. You'll find that the S on the chest has been scratched and destroyed. You know what I mean? Like it's because it's all paint. So, and it's painted wood with a porcelain head. And but to find that fully intact without being restored is
Yeah.
pretty tough. The head is usually, because it's porcelain, you'll find that they get repainted and it's a whole thing. So
Look at this beater here, and they want
yeah,
$700 for it.
no, you won't get it. But somebody who likes to restore those will probably, probably would be willing to pay somewhere around $200-300 for that,
Wow.
because that's what you restore, like that. But I wouldn't take one that looks. I would rather have it in played with condition and just leave it like that. See, like this guy is all. You could tell some kid was throwing that shit around and stepping on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. And he's ecstatic that he paid $20 for it. So yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
$20 is nothing for that. That's a steal. I would, again, that for $20 you restore that. You give that over to somebody who's great at restoration on those toys, and you get them to get the cape made, and you get the paint done on the chest, and you got yourself a nice little display.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. All right. What's next? Terror Tales. March. What is it? Terror Tales March 1935. This sold for $225. This is right. I dig this. Let me see if
Yeah.
do I have the what? Okay, I do have the listing for this. Good. Okay, I'm gonna get a closer look at this. So this sold for $225. I like this. So you got the ghouls.
Yeah.
At the feet of the woman. She's terrified.
Of course she is.
Got that 1930s hair.
It's a group of fucking mentally disturbed men about to pull her down to the ground.
Right? I love this. Yeah, back cover's pretty decent. Okay. Yeah, I'm with this. I like this a lot. If I saw this at a convention, what were you saying?
What did that end at in sales?
It sold for $225.
Oof. All right.
Yeah. All right. Next, Gaiety. Gaiety, November 1942. So Pinup Mag. So this sold for $400. So
that's the inspiration for Marilyn Monroe's scene in that movie.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They ripped that right off of the issue of Gaiety from 1942. Complete ripoff.
but isn't that the attraction now? Like knowing, that Marilyn Monroe had that scene in the movie, and then you see this cover at a show on a wall or something,
Mhm.
don't you sit there and right away zone in on it and say it's not just the fact that it's some cool cover art, but it's a obvious prequel to Marilyn Monroe's scene in the movie
Yes.
because she's
Man.
standing over the grate. It's the whole thing, just like the movie.
Yeah. Look at that. This is and like look how well rendered this woman is.
Oh yeah,
Gosh, look at that. This is beautiful, man.
yep, it's a cool cover.
I love this. And it's kind of beat, but heck yeah. All right, so it's like a flat magazine
Yeah,
more than a pulp.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a square bound; it's a magazine.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. I would
Mhm.
definitely try to grab that. I don't know what it ended at. I didn't get a chance to see the price, but
The price on this, let's see. I think it was $400.
oof. Eek.
So that should tell you something.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if I saw that at a show, I would definitely say that's really cool. But I think there's a small handful. I mean, there are other $400 books I'd rather get before this.
I totally understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Next is Dr. Jensen. Number, let's see, September, October 1936. So this sold for $400 or $399. So it looks like a bondage. It's dudes in bondage, but it seems like a torture cover. It doesn't count when it's dudes. Bondage doesn't count when it's dudes. Only for women.
Unless it's Nightwing.
I know, right? But yeah, I can kind of see why this would sell for that much. I kind of understand that.
Dr. Yen.
All right, next. Okay, so we're into a proper slideshow here. All right, Startling. It feels like I talked about this book before, but I'm gonna throw it in there anyway. Startling Comics number 49 from 1948, classic Alex Schomburg robot cover. Okay, so the census on this is 100, only 149. 6 9.6s, 3 9.4s, 2 9.2s, and a green label 9.2. Bondage and Dudes wasn't on my so we had this raw copy that sold for $2,720, but it's raw. Decent price.
Well, it's hard to tell the condition of the book. I don't know if that. I mean, does that look like a 3.0 or a 2.5 or? But it's such a legendary cover. I think it's probably one of the most recognizable robot covers in Golden Age books, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody really knows. I mean, that's definitely a Schomburg cover. It's been on the cover, I think, of Overstreet Price Guide. I mean, it's been used again and again and again. It's a super classic cover. Yeah, I think that's actually a very fair price for that.
This is one of those mainstream images here.
Yeah, and for what is that? It was just under $3,000 for it.
Yep, 27.
I would definitely be all in on that easily.
Ooh, okay.
Easily, because it feels like it should be much more than that just because of what it is. And it looks pretty solid. Like it looks like it's intact and
Mm-hmm.
I like that price. It's not bad. I wish I found that for but again, I'm not really looking for that all the time. You know what I mean?
Right. I know. Yeah, this book has always been reprinted.
Right.
All right. Next, All Top Comics number 8 from 1947. So this is a Jack Kamen cover. It is not a bondage cover because there's dudes that are in bondage. I dig this. I freaking love this cover. It's funny because I don't think I ever noticed this before.
Old Tops. It is kind of cool.
Oh, I thought, oops, I did not go through the, I didn't, I forgot to give the census on this, but a CGC 7.5 sold for 1,200. Do you like it? Do you like a 7.5 for this?
I told you.
This
I said
price?
7.5 is like it might as well be a 9.8 for a Golden Age book because that is a really high grade, especially for look at that white, how nice and white that cover is in the slab, and that all of that red pops and sexy pinup girl because that's a pinup girl. You know, that's what they call pinup girl covers. Um, and then she, like I said, I'm not too crazy about the little dwarfs in the bondage, but
The little pygmies.
yeah, and they're wearing like tidy whities, you know. I'm not too crazy about that, but if it was just her, you know, I bet you if it was her alone, that would go for more than double that price at 7.5. If it was just her.
Okay. But yes, this is a great cover. I like
Yeah.
this. I'd be tempted to whip out the credit card for this.
I love that grade. Yeah, 7.5.
All right. So Avengers Ultron Forever #1. So this is the 1 in 25. Ryan. Man. Oh shoot. I pronounced this guy's name before. Minor Ding.
Minor Ding, yeah.
Yep, Minor Ding movie variant. Okay, so this is part of the connecting covers, right?
Yep.
And this is so featuring Black Widow. I think this one and the Scarlet Witch are probably the two most popular, right?
Yeah, but all of them seem to get some decent money. And I think this cover right here, Ben just talked about it on Long Story Short.
Yeah.
You know, they made note of the sale on it. So I don't know if this sale you're about to cover is the exact same one, but this book is always getting money. I've never seen it cheap. So
I think I've got like 2 copies of this kicking around somewhere.
It's funny, every time I think I found this, because you know there's another artist that did those Ultron covers with the Avengers fighting them, like it almost looks like photo covers.
Yeah.
There's another I can't think of it right now who did it, but there's another one where, and every time I find that one, I think it's this, and I think it's a home run because it's a fraction of what this one goes for, but I never find this one.
So we got 10 9/8s, 1 signature series 9/8, 28 total on the census. All right, so we had 3 copies that sold this week. So on the 29th, we had a 9/8 that sold for 300. On the 2nd, you had October 2nd, you had a raw copy that sold for 125, and also on the 2nd, you had another raw copy that sold for 120. So there's something going on with this book. I don't know if anybody, like, I know we weren't necessarily talking about it lately. You know,
well, like I said, Ben covered one of those one of those sales there. Well, maybe the older one, the September 29th, maybe the slab he covered, but I feel like last week maybe he mentioned this particular book.
Oh, okay.
But it always gets money. I mean,
you know. Yeah, but this is great cover. I'm glad it's kind of, I guess, coming into its own.
Right.
Because I think for the longest time, it was that Scarlet Witch cover that was going for the most. But I love this cover. I'm glad I have 2 copies. All right. Look at this. Silver Surfer Black #2. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Okay. Limited to 25 copies. This is the Giuseppe Camuncoli CGC. No. San Diego Comic-Con sketch variant from 2019. Limited to 25 copies. 20 on the census. So of the 25, there are 20 on the census, 8 9/8s, 2 signature series 9/8s. So it's basically half of them are 9/8s, right? Okay. So this CGC 9.6 sold for
Whoa.
$2,184
Holy smokes.
9.6. This is a 9.6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is something you never noticed?
No, never.
Mm.
Like Igor says, there's a color version. I don't recall seeing this ever, whether color or black and white. I mean, because I would remember it is a very interesting cover, but it's not
Hmm.
for me. I mean, me personally, it's nowhere near 2000 interesting.
I know, right?
I would definitely I'd want to find this for less than 100. I don't know.
They try to sneak out a one of the few raw copies that are left. Like probably like what 5 raw copies out there.
Well, you got to go to those guys, like I told you. You got to the guy who does the small comic show for the first time, and then he has that little box that says variants.
Yeah,
You got to dive with both hands into that box because I always find something really cool.
you gotta fight people off.
No, sometimes people don't even approach the guy. It's weird. It's like they catch my attention right away when I set up at a
Hmm.
small show and you see the same dealers all the time. All of a sudden, there's one guy first time, and I'll always ask whoever's the promoter is. I said, "What's his deal?" He said, "Oh, he said he reached out and he's a friend of a friend or whatever, and he's first time setting up." And I'm like, I
Yeah,
go right to his fucking table and I start while I'm talking and introducing myself. I'm already whipping through his boxes
right.
because they don't care. You know, most of them they seem to be when they bring stuff to the show, it always feels like they've found like boxes or books inside somebody's garage sale or something, and they just kind of throw it onto a table, figuring, all
Hmm.
right, I'm gonna give this a try. So,
Right. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I've been there before. All right. Oops. Okay. Now we actually talked about a version of this book last week.
mhm. The color,
Blindside. Yep, the color version.
and I asked you about this. Remember, I told you, I said,
Yeah.
what isn't there like a black and white or a sketch version of this? And you guys said,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Blindside #1 from 2012. So this is limited to 100. So J. Scott Campbell sketch variant.
Mhm.
So this is from 2012, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, limited to 100, 30 total on the census,
Hmm.
with 4 9.8s and 5 signature series 9.8. So that's interesting that you have more signature series than Universal. That's very interesting.
Well, was it a J. Scott Campbell release? Like, was he the
Hmm.
one that sold it at San Diego?
Probably.
Yeah, so more than likely he was at the show, and I would say almost everyone that probably bought that there was looking to get him to sign it right there in the spot. Like, why not?
Yeah.
You
I
know, like,
saw.
and it is a great cover. It really
Yep.
is.
To me, I like this better than the color.
But it's crazy how sometimes we notice that without the signature it's rarer without the signature because
Yeah, exactly.
all the other ones are signed, you know?
That's why I would rather have it without.
Because it reminds me of that hit Ashcan book that Sam Keith seemed to sign almost every single copy that exists. And then somebody had a finding of ones that never got sold or given away. Like it was
Yeah.
a case find. And for some reason people were paying $200-300 more. Like it was like a $200-300 Ashcan without the
Uh,
signature, which I thought was odd. And then there was
yeah.
one that was graded 9.8 unsigned that
Hmm.
sold for damn near $1,000. I remember some years ago, and it's because it wasn't signed because Sam Key signed every single copy that he actually sold or gave away at the con. So the case find was a unique find. You know, like it was like, where did these come from? You know,
Hmm.
and when they got out, people were paying big money for unsigned ones.
Actually, I don't think I probably pay a premium for unsigned. Just because I can't. I'm really not a fan of signed books.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So this raw copy sold for $200.
You know what's funny? even though we know there's the color, right? Because it's like a
Mm-hmm.
blue cover, and then there's this one. Aren't there other variations of colors,
Yep.
or is it her in a different T-shirt but same artwork? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's like all these different combinations. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm
feel like
saying?
I've seen this exact art reused with either her in a different T-shirt or from a different con, and
Yep.
because I think I've had one of these before, and I may still have it because it feels like a cover that I wouldn't want to sell.
Yeah.
But I would really, I mean, I've got so many boxes of books that I would have to come across it probably on accident again because I wouldn't even know where to begin, you know. But this
Mm-hmm.
feels like if I found it somewhere, I would not want to sell it. I know it's not signed, so I can tell you
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
Mm. Oh, all right.
And
Igor's saying there's like 3 or 4 different ones, so that makes
right.
sense because I feel like I've seen her wearing a T-shirt that says something different on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And we are finished up. All right. I guess I'm gonna try to go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Me, I can't. I got to be up all night pricing books.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Comic Con, man. Like I told you, no matter how long I prepare, it's never enough.
I
Never.
hear you. How many
Never.
boxes are you bringing?
Well, I'm my booth is slightly smaller than last year, only
Mm-hmm.
because it seems like New York Comic Con is selling off the real estate of the space inside the Javits to more of these theme park type attractions like Lego and Tops and all these big companies.
Okay.
So it feels like the artists are getting kind of crunched, and the guy that I get my booth from, he used to get somewhere around I think 8 or 10 booths. Like he had that locked in for like 10, 15 years, and then
Yeah.
every couple of years they take 1 or 2 away from him. So he's down to 6 booths. So
Uh,
he's kind of like normally I have a 10 by 10. Now I'm being squeezed into a 6 by 10. So I'm still doing it because it's an incredible show, and I
mm-hmm.
always do very well regardless the size of the booth. So I'm going to be a little smaller, a little less boxes, but it may also be a blessing in disguise because it is you don't know the pain it is to leave that place on the last day. It
Ugh.
is, and when I see guys that went there with 60 boxes and
Yeah.
I'm imagining it takes them 6 hours to get out of there when I'm struggling to get out for an hour and a half.
Oy
So
vey.
yeah, I've seen disasters on the way out of there. I've seen a guy who had a cart of just slab boxes, and he overstacked the cart, and he was leaving to go towards the elevator, which is like the and his top row of slab boxes fell, and it was just slabs all over the floor and little pieces of plastic everywhere. And I was like, whatever he made at the show, they goes about a third of what he made in all of these damaged slabs because all of them were
Mm.
damaged, all of them. But yeah,
Ugh.
I'm definitely going to be taking a lot of video and pictures, and
Oh
especially
yeah.
with the Beyond Wednesdays, you'll see those guys posting their own stuff because
Yeah.
and then we have a lot of exclusives dropping. Clutch has got exclusives. Brian has an exclusive. I've got the exclusive with Jeff from Dynamic Forces. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, and again, maybe the blind bags for monsters are going to show up because I'm sure you heard. Have you heard about all of the stuff going on with the blind bags with the
N-
whatnot?
no.
Well, all right. There's supposed to be obviously the original drop date for the monsters blind bags was supposed to be October 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and then it got pushed back to October 8th, and then it went back one more time to October 15th, and it had to do with problems with because Mark Spears is trying to get them to actually do a little more of the sorting, mixing up the books so that when you order a package, you're not getting duplicates of everything,
Right.
which is a big problem I think Big Rig had and a couple of other companies.
Yeah.
Um, so it's been slowing them down with the whole bagging process, and then plus they had a couple of issues with foil sticking to the bags or whatever, so they tried to do something different. I think that's what it
Ah.
was. But anyway, we're at October 15th, but some dealers, allegedly only 6, but I can't imagine that there's a definitive number, getting their bags a week and a half before drop from
Mm,
KeenSpot,
yeah.
or the printers that work for KeenSpot. And it sucks because, of course, you always get the jerk off that wants to go live right away and be the
Yep.
very first. And he was emphasizing, "I'm the very first." Meanwhile, he understands that you're not supposed to open these yet. You're supposed to respect the street drop.
So he's
And
breaking the rules.
he's breaking the rules. He got attacked right away. And then I didn't attack him, but what I did tell him is because I bought from him before, so I tried to be respectful, but also very stern, very straight with him, and just say, "Look, I'm gonna DM you the letter from Lunar." And I said, "I don't know if you want to do this. This is gonna cause you a lot of problems."
Mm,
And I didn't, and I like, again, I'm not trying to make it seem like a threat because it's not for me, but I do care about the product and I want it to be dropped the right way.
yep.
And so I sent him the Lunar letter, and after he read it, you could see he was getting a little, but then he was being a little bit of a clown. He's laughing about it, and then he starts reassuring everybody that he's friends with Mark, and he's not going to get any trouble. But then somebody tagged Mark Spears in the thread, and
Oh,
he said,
jeez.
"Yeah." So he goes, "Who are you tagging? Is that the real Mark Spears?" And the guy said, "Yeah, absolutely." And a couple of us confirmed that is the real Mark Spears he tagged. So he got very nervous, and eventually he ended his stream like a couple of minutes after that. So, but I also, I'm imagining he probably ran into some kind of issues. I don't know if Whatnot cares to start some shit because, that I think Whatnot just looks at it as like, well, whatever agreement you guys have with Lunar and all that has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
Whatnot makes their money from sales. So they're not going to block a seller from selling something. But I'm assuming if somebody big from KeenSpot or from Lunar contacts whoever runs, Whatnot, I'm sure there's going to be a conversation. But anyway, he started a big deal, but then we all discovered that a lot of deal. I know personally a few people that got their packages already
Mm,
uh, around that same time, and
yeah.
so they're asking me, "What do you think I should do?" I said, "Just tuck the box away. Wait till the eve where everybody else is going to sell them. This way, you don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?" Um, it doesn't. Everybody's going to make money. That's going to be a super hot thing. I mean, you'll see. It's all around the 15th forward. That's all you're going to see when you start doing your hot book alert. You're going to start hearing about the pulling. Imagine this one-on-one ticket. There's only 13 of them that exist out of 350,000 bags.
Oh, jeez.
When somebody pulls that, that's going to be the biggest talk on probably all YouTube channels for a solid week or two, maybe even longer. And I don't know. So again, New York City Comic Con it was supposed to have them, and because again the date was supposed to be October 8th, which is the day before Comic Con, and so everybody was anticipating it at the show. But I really think that these guys that got their packages early, I think they're going to show up at the show, and you'll start seeing guys doing their little dirty dealings under the table. I don't know
Mm,
if anybody's going to be bold enough to actually put them out for sale, like on a wall or something like that.
right.
But I can imagine there will be talk amongst other dealers because I'm gonna ask everybody, do you have any blind bags? And if I can get, just for the hell of it, just for conversation, if I can get anybody to sell me one or even five, I'd buy it just so I can say, look what I bought at the show. I don't think I'd rip it and show the contents because I don't want to be that guy either. So
Yeah.
I would respect street date, and I would reserve opening of the bag until I got home without being a spectacle. But it's listen, it's gonna be I think we're gonna have new drama shit to talk about next week because I
Uh-oh.
really feel there's gonna be dealers selling those bags and ripping them, and I think you're gonna see on eBay probably that day. Probably I would say by Thursday night you'll see something on eBay. If they sell those bags at the show, you'll see somebody who ripped and already threw them up on eBay. So
Yeah.
because once you buy it at the show, you as the customer, you have nobody's who's gonna come at you. You're gonna be like, I bought this at Comic Con. I
Mm-hmm.
ripped it and I pulled this really cool book and now I'm selling it. So I think the people they need to worry are the dealers and whatnot sellers and eBay Live. So,
Oh man,
yeah,
I look forward to that time.
yeah, yeah. It's but again, I'm not going to be focused too much on that because, like I said, you saw the picture I showed you. I mean, I'm going to have, this is going to be interesting to see if a dealer is going to come to me for those 23 EC slabs, or is it going to be a hardcore collector? Am I going to sell it in bulk, or am I going to sell the whole lot to somebody?
Yeah.
Because already I sent a few people messages, the kind of guys that like to collect that stuff, and they're already inquiring about a lot deal, or like what kind of deal are we talking? And I just said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about too many deals. I said some of these, they're all blue labels, and some of them are 6.0s, and I mean, that's a pretty damn, like we said this before, those pre-code books, you get them in that kind of a grade, like a 6.0 blue label with no problems,
Yeah.
and some of them are just I mean, let me it's just crazy. Some of these covers are just really um really amazing. um I mean, I some of these are on my little save list. Look at this one here. I think this has been talked about on several shows with the little
Oh yeah.
shrunken
Yeah.
heads.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, and it's a 4.5 off-white pages. Um, there's so many cool ones here. You know, I love this one. You know, Jack Davis art.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've got 23 of these, and it's kind of like a consistent run. So I'm imagining that there's going to be either a big time dealer that's going to try to like take all of them, and I'm fine with that if they want to talk about a price.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought New York City Comic Con, for me, I thought I was going to have those blind bags, and I thought it was going to be all about blind bags in my booth. I thought I was going to do a whole Mark Spears. I'm still going to promote Mark Spears Monsters. Um, that's definitely happening. I'm definitely going to promote blind bags and talk about it and see what kind of other collectors are out there. But behind me, I'm going to have just a huge, massive EC wall, and then I'm going to have all those other Golden Age books and some Silver Age keys. I'm going to have a good mixture for everybody. You know. So I mean, I hope I get I invited Liefeld to come to my booth before the show starts because he typically likes to walk around the
Oh
show
yeah.
before the show starts,
Yeah.
and he's always looking for his own books so he can buy them cheap, and then he signs them and sells them on his table. So I sent him a DM, and I told him I think I have around 30 Liefeld covers that are all really super interesting. So I just told him that, hey, if you have time at Comic Con, if you're definitely going to show up, because he did mention he's going to be there. I said, I have some books I'd like to give you. So show up, and I give him the booth number. So if he does, I would just like him to sign maybe 2 or 3 of my books. And of course, New Mutants 87 and a 98. And I have another little independent book that I know he probably forgot that he did that I'd like him to sign. But I'd give him all 30 books so he can sign them and make his money at his booth if he just signed. And he did that for me a couple of times already over the
Oh
past
okay.
several years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's come to my booth, and but as well as other dealers, but he stopped by my booth because he saw I actually had a lot of his covers on my lower tier of the wall, and he was just asking, do you mind if I take it? I said, dude, come into the booth and look at whatever you want. And he was like, "Do you have anything else?" And I started just digging, and I think I found him the last time I saw him. I found him maybe around 12 bucks, and he signed for me. He just said, "How much?" And I said, "No, you take them." I said, "But if you don't mind, can you mind just signing a few of these books for me?" And I said, it'll be like you know we'll do a trade." And he was like, "Absolutely." So the funny thing is, he's signing my books in the booth, and then all of a sudden there's people lining up at my table because they thought he was doing a signing at my booth.
Oh shit.
So I remember when I saw them stopping, and what are you doing? And he said, how much is he charging? I said, he's not doing a signing. He's got his own booth in Artist Alley. I said, you got to meet him down there. Because some people do get in early sometimes, and so they caught him walking around on the main floor, and they thought he was doing a signing with me, which is pretty funny.
That's yeah.
But there's going to be some other legends on the main floor. Royal Collectibles, who's my LCS, they're set up
Yeah.
there. They're going to have Jim Steranko in their booth, signing, and doing CGC submissions. And I want to say, if anybody is a Steranko fan, you better get him at New York Comic Con, because he's getting up there in age, and I've heard he's had some health issues. Particularly, yeah, particularly this year. I've heard more than once he's had some scares or health issues. So, and I want to say he's high 80s, maybe early
I believe.
90s,
Yeah, I believe that.
maybe 90 or 89. So he's somewhere around there. I know he's way up there. And I think this might be his last major appearance at New York Comic Con. So if anybody's a Steranko fan, you better go see Royal Collectibles at the Javits and this upcoming week, because he will be signing, and he is still a pleasure to meet. He still has stories, and he's still
Yeah.
very talkative. He loves chatting, talking old stories while he's signing your books. So he makes it interesting, which is cool, But I think all those old school guys do, right? When you meet them, they're always like, especially when you bring them the book, and they tell you about, oh, do you know how I came about with this cover? And they always got a great story. Or so Neil Adams was like that. Always he talked all fucking day, like all day he told stories all day. So it'll be interesting. Jim Lee's going to be there. I heard McFarlane. I think Robert Kirkman is going to make a surprise appearance, even though he's not scheduled to be there, but he's kind of just shows up. He's another guy that can have his way with Comic-Con. Nobody ever, he just shows up and they throw out the red carpet for him immediately. So there's going to be a lot of interesting people, man. And if you look at Artist Alley, you're not a guy who's looking for signatures, but apparently, the art, I don't go to art. I haven't been to Artist Alley in years, because I'm set up at a table. I don't have time to screw around in Artist Alley. But I like to go before the show starts, and you'll see the artists just kind of hanging around the table, talking to each other or doing little sketches before the show starts.
Yeah.
And that's when I like to catch them. Like I'll say, can I leave my sketchbook and get something done? So maybe sometimes I get like one solid piece from somebody I really like at Comic-Con per year. So, but that's it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what's going to be big at Comic-Con. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really into the show exclusives. It doesn't do anything for me.
It feels like you gotta. It's like you gotta see all that after after the smoke clears.
Yeah, it's I always hear about it after, like you said. Like as soon as the show's over, everybody tells me you didn't get the McFarlane signed exclusive, or the Peach Momoko. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. And then the weird thing is, you can always buy. It's weird because the McFarlane signed exclusives don't really ever sell them for much, either during or after the show. You can still get. I think there was one that dropped at San Diego. I think you can still get one for like $130 on eBay. So it's like, for me, it's like, would I wait 3 hours to meet, to get it signed personally in front of me, or just buy one that somebody else waited and paid the $100, So I'm kind of done with that,
Right.
I mean, like I said, you're not even into the signatures. So for you probably hear, when you hear people in Artist Alley all day, don't even walk the floor. They just spend all day in Artist Alley. Like I said, it's interesting if you like an artist and you get to talk to them a little bit. And for me, it was different because I developed friendship with a lot of big artists like Teixeira and all these guys, Jusko, Sienkiewicz. Like Sienkiewicz, I haven't seen Sienkiewicz, I would say, in about 15 years. But no matter how long of a time passes, because sometimes there's spurts, like I won't see him for 2 or 3 years. And when he sees me, he goes, "Hey, man, what's going on?" And I think they forget your name, but they know your face.
Right.
Because I've had a lot. He's another one. I've got a lot of commission work from him. And super nice guy. And I used to give him. He used to be a big collector of. He always asked me for a police T-shirt. Like, do you have any T-shirts from work? Those like a commemorative T-shirt or a unit T-shirt. So when I saw him again, I would always bring him a T-shirt. So that's why he and I were like really cool, because he was fascinated with he loved. But a lot of that came from 9/11. Like after 9/11, they were all like, do you have any T-shirts, any police T-shirts, or any caps? So after that, I remember Jusko used to ask for it, Sienkiewicz. There were this guy Tom Palmer. I think he passed already, but he was another one who used to ask for T-shirts and hats. Mike Zeck was cool. Always with the police stuff. You
Yeah.
get T-shirts. So I used to get it for them, and then in turn, for some reason they felt funny charging me. I was like, charge me, man. You're putting your work and your time into it. And some guys are like, no, no, I don't mind if I show you some of the artwork I have from those guys, and when you hear that I paid nothing for it, I have Jim Lee stuff. And Jim Lee didn't care. Never asked. We never talked about anything 9/11, but he's back. He used to get paid to be at a show, so he would say he always had this weird rule where he said, I'm here for a signing," but he would put a sign on the table, or actually his handler would, and it would say, "First 5 people that ask for commission will get it," and he didn't charge. He just did it.
Oh, geez.
Right, and I'm talking this is early 2000s, like 2002, 2003. And I must have about 4 or 5 pieces, because the reason why it was always first 5, because I was always working the show. So
Yeah.
I always fucking, like I would wait for the guy to leave the sign there, and then I would bring my sketchbook, and I would be whoever I was working with, because I didn't necessarily have my own booth. I would be
Yeah.
helping a friend who was a dealer. So I would tell him, look, Jim Lee, he's gonna, be here at this time. I got to be there before they start letting people in, because you have to be the first 5.
Yep.
And it's funny because even sometimes you'll have a person or two in front of you, but they're not there for artwork. They just want a signature.
Wow.
I never, it's weird. I was like, how come
That's
the first
that
5?
is weird.
Yeah, like I was always like the first like top 3, because I was there already. And there would always be some weasel that was in there too, like, beat me to the line, even though I was
Yep.
in there 2 hours before him. But it was funny, like I would get something done, but sometimes you would see the person in front of you, you're thinking they're gonna get it, and they don't. They just get the signature, and they see the signs on the table, and it says first 5 people. And so we're not live anymore, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. We're still live.
Oh, we are. There's people.
Yeah.
Oh, because I lost my little chat thing here. Like it's not there anymore.
No, it's still going.
I don't see the sidebar on my screen. I thought we were just chilling, talking in the background. So, but yeah. So it's gonna be, like I said, I get why you don't want your book signed. It's not really for everybody, and you know what? That might even be cool, because I think people get too overly, too much with the signatures, man.
Oh my
Too
God.
much.
Yeah.
It's like everything is signed, everything, and it doesn't have to be. Sometimes covers are just great without the signature. It doesn't have to be signed. That's why, like, you ever find an old book and then it's signed on the first page instead of the cover?
Yeah. I love that.
That's cool. I love that. Like, I like when you get these lazy dealers. They buy a collection and they just kind of like, they don't open the book. Sometimes you'll find a Mark Jewelers in there, or you'll find the signature on the first page.
Yeah.
And some of the craziest signatures I found, like I found a Wolverine, like #2, I think, that the first miniseries Miller did,
Yeah.
and it was signed on the first page by him. Then I found and the guy never opened the book. He just kind of looked at the cover condition. He put down a condition on the back cover, and then he priced it up, and I thought I got a good deal on it. And then when I get home and I'm just like trying to inspect it to see, is this grade worthy, and then when I open it up, it's signed by Frank Miller on the first page.
Oh,
Then I
geez.
found but my biggest find of ever in my life was an Avengers #4, which is first Silver Age Captain America. And I bought that book. I wanted that book so bad for years, and this is going way, way back. But I found that book. I was working with another friend at a booth, and this was probably early 2000s, and there was a dealer an aisle away from him, and I remember I walked the floor, and he had this Avengers 4 price really pretty decent. And I want to say that he either bought that collection, or that came part of a collection just before the show or at the show. But I remember he kept telling me, like, I really didn't even get a chance to grade the book. So he did like a visual scan of the cover, and it
Yeah.
was still in the bag. And we wind up settling on a deal, and the thing is, we almost didn't make the deal. He gave me a number I didn't like, and I was trying to negotiate, and he wouldn't really kind of budge for it. And then the show was over, and he was leaving, and I was helping my friend break down, and he's walking past me with his cart, and I said to him, "Hey man," I said, "You sure you won't?" I said, "Look, you still got that book?" He goes, "Yeah." And then I was like, "You sure you won't do this for it?" And then I think he came down like $25. Like I wanted him to come down like 50 or something, or 75, and he came down 25. And then I said, "Fuck it, I'll take it." I paid him, and I just remember thinking, like, damn, what did I just do? Like I really paid much higher than I wanted.
Yeah.
I take the book home and I open it up, and it's signed by Stan Lee inside on the first page. And for me, I sent that to CGC, and CGC does that thing where you guys were just talking about it earlier,
Yep.
where it says on the blue label, signed the name Stan Lee signed in pen on
Yeah.
first page. It doesn't authenticate it because this is before JSA. And again, this story is probably, I want to say early 2000s, like 2002, 2003. And I just remember thinking, I wonder if I tell this story, if this guy is ever going to be like, and I still have it. I still have the slab. I still have the book. I won't get rid of it. And it's not even the nicest copy I've ever seen. It's a little bit slightly faded, like the colors don't pop, like,
Hmm.
because it's a white cover with all the, and so you would think the colors would pop more. It's a little faded, but I won't get rid of it because of the signature. It's just like, it's so cool that that's how they did it back then. And I prefer to keep it, like that. But, but that's what, for me, that's what you have to appreciate about signed books, is those little weird finds. I mean, look at the guy with that Turtles book. He's got the turtle, somebody personalized it on the inside. And I bet you that was done before anybody knew Turtles was going to blow up. He probably got it directly from them at some first appearance, they did at a show.
Yep.
And yeah, because those guys are really, I think I met both of them several times, and they're both really nice. And I know there was a period of time I think they had a falling out and they didn't talk. And I remember the first time they were at a show again, I didn't know enough about them that I gave a shit that they were friends again or whatever, or they decided to
Yeah.
kind of just be cool just for the show. And I remember, which one is the artist? Is it Laird? Like one is the writer, one is the artist.
I think
Eastman and
Eastman is the artist,
okay, Eastman is, and Laird is what, the
the
writer,
writer.
or
Yeah.
okay. So Eastman did a Turtles piece for me. And I'm gonna tell you something funny. I asked the other dude, "Can you sign the page that he did the artwork on?" Like because I figured they were sitting like maybe 10 feet away from each other, but on the same
Man.
kind of table. So
Yeah.
after the guy did the art, I walked over to that guy because I really didn't have, like I said, I'm not a big Turtles guy. I didn't have any books, but I figured I'd get their artwork, and I originally planned on doing it because my son is a big Turtles guy. So I figured I'd get this from my son. So I walked over to the other guy and I said, "I don't have anything for you to sign, but do you mind signing this page where he just did a Turtles?" And he just gave me like, he gave me this look, but then I think I told him this is for my son. So it's like, and he did it. So somebody was telling me after I had that done, like, dude, like you don't understand how rare that is that dude signed some art, because they don't get along. They had some falling out, and that was like their first show that they agreed to be at the same show, sitting within 10 feet of each other. So I guess the whole story with my son, where he just kind of figured, all right, fuck it, I'll sign it. But yeah, I still have that too. It's sitting in my sketchbook.
Hell yeah.
But anyway, I don't want to keep everybody up. I gotta price books, and you gotta get
Okay.
sleep.
Yeah.
And Mr. Longshore got snatched up by the Italians.
Yeah, man. Whew.
Oh, real quick, you're into action figures, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Manwolf exclusive, the collaboration between Magic and Marvel. They did that Magic the Gathering game, and
Ah.
Mark Spears did the art on the card, and he did the box art, which is pretty damn cool. And he signed one of these during his live show, and he wound up getting like $550 for this, signed and remarked. But anyway, I'm a little bit of a, like you. I like to collect certain toys or action figures. This appealed to me because it crosses two different things. It's got original art, or not original art, but it's got art by Mark Spears in it, as well as a really, really cool figure. Like you really don't see Man-Wolf as a figure, you know, in Marvel Legends. So I thought it was cool. If I am gonna buy him, I might as well get the dynamic of what I like, you know, spears and the figures together.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's my one cool find with toys. So
All right, everybody. Okay, so haul video should be sometime this week. And yeah, I guess we're gonna call it a night. But thank you. Thanks for your what are you gonna say?
I'm laughing, no, because I just brought up I found a way to bring the chat back, and I'm looking at all the comments. Igor's responded about 70 times in the past 30
Yeah.
seconds. He's been talking. I couldn't see it, so I'm sorry, Igor. My chat disappeared, and I couldn't figure out how to bring it back. So I'm just seeing you now. So, but we'll talk, Igor. We'll talk. You know, either we'll call and talk, or I'll text you. Sorry, Mercenary. I know you were signing off. Sorry.
No, but yeah, but thank you for your insight on New York Comic Con. That's
I'll hook you up with some pictures or video if you want to use them for, you know, one of your shows, either with Ben or with Dino, because
okay.
I can't guarantee I'm gonna be available, you know, to jump on with you next Saturday because I'll be at Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can, I'll just give you. I won't stay on with you because I'm probably gonna be like, you know, I'm gonna have to crash out. I'm gonna be really exhausted.
Yeah, I
But
totally
I'll give you
understand.
like a quick synopsis, you know, maybe for like 10 minutes, and then I'll jump off.
Okay.
Just to let you know what's going at Comic Con and what's fun, what isn't, or whatever, what's good. All right.
All right. Sounds good. All right, everybody. We're gonna jump off, and yeah, I love listening to the stories. But all right, everybody, we're gonna circle back. Okay, haul video this week, and then we'll circle back with an all new Hot Book Alert live. All right, good night, everybody.